Karen Read's defense asked and they shall receive. The Massachusetts State Supreme Court is set to weigh in on what legal experts are calling a novel issue. So should Karen Read have these 2 charges dropped? And if they're not dropped, will this cause a double jeopardy issue? So what will they do? What can they do? And what should they do? Well, welcome to the point. Let's get to it.
Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
If this is a novel issue, according to the legal experts, then this is a unique issue. So let's be fair here, and if more fair coverage and an open conversation is something you prefer, subscribe to this channel and hit that like button down below. Because everyone needs to stop pretending like there is some sort of cut and dry answer in this story. So let's hit the quick recap so we're all on the same page. Read's attorneys had appealed a decision in August by Norfolk Superior Court Judge Beverly Canoni, who denied Read's motion to dismiss 2 charges against her following her first trial. Read argued that jurors had voted behind closed doors to acquit her on charges of second-degree passing and leaving the scene, based on information her attorneys learned through conversations with a handful of jurors after her first trial. However, the jury never formally acquitted Read and only told the court it was hopelessly deadlocked, leading to a mistrial on July 1st. Therefore, Judge Canoni denied the motion to dismiss the 2 charges and Read's attorneys appealed the decision to the SJC. And you all know I'm not a fan of Judge Bev, and I didn't agree with her ruling. But she also didn't break the law or violate anyone's constitutional rights. Now calm down just a second, I'll get to why. And as much as we all dislike it, the reality is, morally right and legally right don't always align. But what can they do, what should they do, and what will they do? Well, here's the latest. A single justice for the highest court in Massachusetts has ruled that Karen Read's appeal to dismiss 2 charges will be heard by the full panel before a decision is made. I hereby reserve and report this case without decision for determination by the Supreme Judicial Court for the Commonwealth. Justice Elizabeth Dewar wrote in her ruling issued late Thursday. Justice Dewar had the power to dismiss the appeal entirely or pass it on to the full panel of the Massachusetts Supreme Judicial Court. She chose to do the latter, meaning that the full panel will hear arguments from both sides about why 2 charges Read faces should or should not be dismissed. Legal experts told WBZ-TV the arguments by Read's attorneys is a novel issue and would require the SJC to make new law in the state. There is no date on the docket yet for when the full panel will hear Read's case, but the process could take weeks or months and delay her second trial, which is currently scheduled to begin January 27, 2025. Read's team is required to file a brief as a next step in the case by next Wednesday, September 25th. Technically they could and are well within their legal right to agree or disagree with just the information available right now. And let's all remember, based off reports, the jury was confused on what they could or couldn't do in this situation. Which is why we're in this whole debacle now. But both the prosecution and the defense could have inquired if the jury has reached some sort of determination on any of the charges. And they didn't. And Judge Bev could have polled the jury, but she didn't either. So basically I got the vibe like every single one of those individuals within that courtroom just wanted to get out of there. Now this is an open discussion channel, please feel free to disagree, but that's just how I saw the situation play out. Now I will be shocked if they make a determination one way or the other based off everything they have in front of them right now. To really know the truth of the situation, we simply need more information. And that is the way they should rule in this situation. They should make a ruling telling the lower court to have a hearing. Let's take a few moments to figure out if that jury had a vote in mind, or they came to some sort of consensus on guilty or not guilty on a few of these charges. And if they say yes on one or more of these charges, then we throw them out. And if they don't all say yes, well, we roll on like we are right now. I mean, I'm speculating saying this, but doesn't it appear that there are some individuals within this story who are scared to find the fact? We already have a black cloud over this case regardless of what side you stand on. And since we have enough people writing sworn statements aligning with all this, that's why I believe the Supreme Court will rule in that direction. That is my hope, that is my guess. But I would hope that they don't rule to either approve or deny all this without knowing all the information. I hope they make a ruling that allows us to clear up some of these mishaps and missteps. I hope we get a ruling that allows us to clear up some of this black cloud. I mean, they have a real legitimate chance to fix some of this nonsense. But I'll be honest with you all though. Don't be shocked if they deny this. In a way, Karen Read's defense is going into this situation half-cocked, since Judge Bev denied their initial motion. And a part of me thinks that was her intent from the beginning. But that is just speculation, and everything said here is alleged. Please do your own research and form your own opinion. And you can let me know what that opinion is down in the comments below. But we need to know the truth here, and we shouldn't be scared to ask for the truth. Simply saying too late doesn't feel like justice to me. John O'Keefe deserves better. Karen Read has rights. We need to ensure those rights are upheld. There is a right and a wrong way to do this stuff. A rush to judgment and a bad decision can have a long-term effect. I understand we have the right to file an appeal, but if we can avoid an appeal, why shouldn't we? It would have been too easy just to get those jurors in there and ask them a question. Did you vote guilty or not guilty? It shouldn't be a big mystery. We have way too many odd situations in this story. And John O'Keefe deserves justice. And the only way we're going to get justice is by finding out the truth. By finding the facts of the situation. So let's stop drawing lines in the sand. And let's get to the truth here. At least that's my take. Maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you'll let me know down in the comments below. Y'all be safe now.